Prohibition. What are we prohibiting? Well, it's that stuff in the barrel. We are prohibiting it from being in a barrel. And why? Well, that's the question of the hour. And when? Also the question of the hour. There's lots of questions, and we're going to answer them all. All the questions you will ever have. That's not true. I'm sorry. Alright. Prohibition, as we have mentioned, in the Progressive Era begins with the Temperance Movement, mostly led by women who are seeing that men are wasting much of their money on alcohol. And of course, alcohol has many other dangerous effects, especially on families. So you have this temperance movement, which is urging states to ban the sale, production, transportation of alcohol. And in the wake of the First World War, well, the temperance movement is met with great success. And that success comes with the 18th Amendment. So, 18th Amendment of the United States Constitution, it's passed in 1919 and takes effect in 1920. And as you can see from this newspaper, it's quite big news. So the 18th Amendment of the United States Constitution states, after 1 year from the ratification of this article, the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within the importation thereof into, or the exportation from the United States, blah, blah, blah. So alcohol cannot be brought into the United States or sold out of the United States. So even if you are producing alcohol in the U.S., you can't, even if you're not intending on selling it in the U.S. So what happens if you are caught with alcohol? Well, they pour it down the drain. I've always imagined that there's a lot of very drunk rats in the sewers these days, or one guy who's sitting down there being like, this is great. Slightly gross, but, well, that's what they do. So, alcohol that is found in the U.S., it's destroyed. And there's a whole task force of Americans that are in charge of finding alcohol and destroying it, getting rid of whatever illegal alcohol there is. This includes liquor, this includes beer, this includes wine. So there's a great campaign against alcohol because it's illegal. Of course, not all people agreed with the 18th Amendment, namely these men who have very basic signs. We want beer. And that's certainly a lot of people did want beer. It's one of the earliest produced goods in the world. So Prohibition, while it does have many supporters, which is why it is successfully passed as an amendment, it also has many people that are opposing it. And those people that are opposing it, well, they often find alcohol in what's known as a speakeasy. So speakeasies are where people are able to buy illegal alcohol. Often they are found underground or behind secret doors, and they're operated by often just upstanding business people who recognize that many people wanted to drink, including law enforcement, including politicians, and it provides a place to do so away from those who do not want this to happen. So people are able to speak and enjoy easily without fear of punishment. Of course, speakeasies are often raided, but they are a place where people can go. And one man who is responsible for getting the alcohol into these places in the first place, his name is Al Capone. There's certainly a number of people who are smuggling in alcohol or operating illegal distilleries, but Al Capone is number one. He operates out of Chicago, which is located conveniently near Canada. Canada does not have prohibition, so alcohol produced in Canada is often illegally imported into the United States. And Al Capone, he is the one that has his hands in all of this. Of course, while he's providing a service, as many people see, to the community by bringing in alcohol, he's also a ruthless mobster, gangster who is killing a lot of people. He's responsible for a number of massacres and is all around a fairly scumbaggy person. However, quite famous as a criminal. So Al Capone's really playing into the fact that a lot of people, A, want alcohol, but B, have the money to pay for it. If you look on the left side of this graph, it starts in 1920, and it very quickly grows. And this is GDP, gross domestic product. The United States, as the 20s begin, become fabulously wealthy. It starts with World War I. You have all these companies producing a lot of goods. Europe still is trying to recover from World War I, so the U.S. makes a lot of money selling stuff to Europe. This increase in production gives a lot of people jobs, money in the pocket. So the 20s, that Prohibition now begins, is a era of fantastic wealth, and a lot of people saying, well, we're not going to follow the rules. So we have what's known as the Roaring 20s, and that's what we're going to start looking at next week, or this week, whenever you're watching this video.